again.
And did you do that? So did you watch that basically almost for approval? Like, I can let this go now.
Yeah, I was there for the parts of editing, so I could see transitions and I knew how the story was going to be told. And then when it was all kind of put together, it was really hard. It actually affected me for a couple of days afterwards. And I realized that that's just not where I am anymore, so I don't need to revisit.
It's a beautiful realization, that as well, though, to realize you've come so far. I know what you mean when you feel sad when you recognize somebody who is yourself going through so much pain. It's a reflection of the work that you've done since then, but it is kind of bittersweet because you do feel for that person. It's like you have a relationship with yourself. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
It is a little weird to be learning, and by all means, I don't have life figured out in any way, shape, or form. I just have a better relationship with my mind, with my mental health.
None of us will.
No.
That's the point.
No, but I do genuinely hope to start a relationship with my mind and my mental health that I will continue to grow and I will continue to understand more and more.
Alec was the director. Who was behind the camera? Who did you have to forget that was there?
There were actually multiple people. We kind of picked up and stopped filming, started shooting. People were shooting other things, and then so there's actually a list of names that I would have to give you.
That's a huge amount of trust that you have to put in. It's interesting, the age of 7. That is just very unique, and I sort of wonder over the course of your life how you recognize that relationship with you and a camera, something that captures you.
Well, I think it's different because I started as an actress first, and I think having a relationship with the camera and having it be invisible is just naturally a part of it. I love being on sets. I love doing shows and film. I kind of thrive in that setting. And you actually want the camera to fall in love with the character you're creating. So I love that. Then the flip side is I'm walking out of a hospital and there's 12 photographers screaming and wanting a bad angle, bad picture to, say I'm not doing well or I'm in rehab, and then you're just hit with that kind of awareness of cameras, and that just can throw you off completely, and it obviously became really unhealthy. So I've had to have different relationships with how it works. Even in music videos, it's different than being on a set. I probably prefer being on a set.
Of course. That's a big part of why you did this as well, isn't it? Because of that false narrative that you've had to exist with throughout your life. This idea that you live multiple lives. There's the reality of who you are in any given moment, and then there's what all of us see based on what somebody captures and then the story they choose to tell. Right. I mean, that is not reality. That's not your narrative. This film is. Yes. Was that a motivation for doing this in order for people to see it once and for all?
A part of it. Somebody asked me yesterday, they said, well, do you think you have now shared so much that people are going to want more? And then I kind of sat there and I was like, what's more?
That's loaded.
I was like,
wow.
I think I've said it all. I'm like, what else can I say
That's
possibly
tough.
At this point in time?
That's
is
a
where
setup.
I am.
You don't. Nope.
No, but I totally appreciated that question. It's the ending of this movie is me right here. It's me now.
Yeah.